Who is your least trusted quarterback moving forward?
Oh man, Tibbs, I'll let you go again.
I don't know. I'll probably be Sam Howell to me. Because the Commanders are always in the news is trying to tampering with Andrew Luck. They're always like on the precipice of like being the joke of like not getting the quarterback. Sure, Sam Howell is like they're going to be probably their presumed starter this year, but like there's just been so many years of them trying to like get their guy. So like I don't see him having the job for the foreseeable future, but it's his right to own. And like John said before, I do like the Falcons. They have Bijan, the offense is stacked. They actually improved their defense in free agency. So like I think they'll be a better team. And that probably would be easier game management for Ritter. He doesn't have to go out and get 30 points. I think he could probably get like a nice little 24 and call it a day, you know. So I'll take Sam Howell. And yeah, they got all the runners and they got the defense too in Washington. So
Sam Howell can run.
Game management.
This one was kind of hard for me because I want to say Sam Howell. He's just kind of like the easy, low-hanging fruit. I mean, but there is this weird feeling I have about Brock Purdy. Like, I love the story of Brock Purdy. I love that he was this last pick in the draft. I love everything about it. Like, it's awesome. He took him to the NFC Championship, played great. Yeah, he's having Tommy John surgery, which is no joke. He's going up against Trey Lance, who, say what you want about Trey Lance. He's got skills that Brock Purdy just doesn't have. So, they traded 1 million picks and moved up in the draft to draft Trey Lance. In my opinion, for them to just throw that away after a year and a half or 2 years of injury-riddled stuff and whatever, I don't know. That seems not smart on Shanahan's part. So, I think that, again, I don't know San Fran, I'm not in their front office, but, I bet if they're really asking each other these decisions, they know that Brock Purdy is limited. He's good, but he's a limited quarterback. The upside of Trey Lance is enormous. So, there's no saying that, Brock Purdy is locked on this roster for the next 4 years. Like, it's like, yeah, he's there. He could be good, but he could be traded. He could be gone. He could be traded to, Commanders next year. Like, who knows? Like, it could be a million things. So I think Sam Howell will have the job this year for sure. I think Brock Purdy probably has the job, but he's got an uphill climb. He's got a little bit of a battle. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Brock Purdy is probably who I trust the least.
I like that. I'm probably right there with you. I want to say Kenny Pickett, but in terms of draft capital, he's going to probably see an opportunity more likely than Brock Purdy is because he was a 7th round pick. Yeah, there's nothing against Brock Purdy. He did fantastic at the end of last year, obviously all the way through the playoffs. Really good. But the 49ers have a situation where Trey Lance is on that team still, which I think Trey Lance, in a general sense, is a far better talent than Brock Purdy is. Brock Purdy might fit the system better, which could be good for the 49ers, obviously. But when you have a player on your team that you obviously didn't trade during the NFL draft, there's a situation there where you might have to play him. He could give you a better opportunity to win games overall because of what he's able to do with his legs, what he's able to do with his passing. And that could be good for us in fantasy, where Brock Purdy, you have him on your team you're excited about because it seemed like the coaching staff trusts him. It's a really tough injury to come back from. And again, if he slips up early on, none of these other guys have a former first round pick behind them waiting to go in. Mm-hmm. So at some point, like, if Brock struggles, it's like, all right, let's see what Trey Lance can do. Then they spent the money on him, they spent the draft capital. He could end up being in there pretty early. So for me, trustability, it's not really Brock Purdy right now.